Hey, this is Mike Byrnes from Byrnes Consulting. I'm really happy to have
Mike Mahoney.
Mike Mahoney join us. He's a new consultant working with Byrnes Consulting. I'm really excited. We thought this video might be kind of crucial timing, right, Mike? We realized that how hard this pandemic is on everybody, and especially the financial services industry and the investment management world is really getting hit. Mike has a ton of experience in the industry, especially with working with salespeople in the investment world. So I want to turn it over to him to, hopefully give some advice to help those that might not know what to do in this type of, unforeseen world, right? We didn't know this was going to happen, so no one really planned for it.
Yeah, thanks, Mike. I mean, I bring several decades of experience in the asset management world and distribution. Starting as an internal wholesaler, moving out into the field, then into management. So hopefully, I can bring a perspective to some people that can be helpful during this time.
Right. Yeah. So what is some of that advice that you have that for those tuning in?
Yeah, so when I'm thinking about our sales professionals and how they should be handling their communications right now, obviously it's a different world, but it's critical that we're out in front of our clients at this point, giving them the resources and the information that they need to deal with their clients. And I want to be clear here, this is not just about the field sales professional, it's about all sales professionals. Every client-facing person that you have, whether it's the sales team, the key accounts team, senior leadership, sales management, they really all have to be involved in supporting what the firm is doing to help support the client base.
Right.
When I look at it, Mike, there's some simple guidelines that they really need to follow. There's some more complex issues behind it, but there's really some simple guidelines to follow, and that is be empathetic. Right. I mean,
right.
This is a difficult time. So when you're speaking with your clients, you've got to be empathetic. You've got to really be cognizant of the time you're thinking, because they're really busy. So you don't just want to clutter up their inbox with information. You don't want to clutter up their phone lines with information. Be respectful of their time. And another critical thing, don't try to sell anything. This is not the time to sell. This is the time to be realistic. Your clients have other things on their mind besides hearing a sales pitch from you. So don't try to sell them anything, and just be there to support them.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more on the empathetic piece. So what's a good example if you're having a discussion, and how would you be empathetic?
Well, I would look at the overall situation here, right? This isn't about the products. It's not about the portfolios and the performance. It's really about the people. Ask them how they're doing, right? How are you managing through this? How are you feeling, right? How are your friends? How are your colleagues? How are your family? Right? I mean, everyone is worried about someone in their inner circle, in their network of relationships that is impacted by this disease that's going on right now, by this virus. And it's not a matter about getting sick. It's really a matter of life and death. So beyond the economics and the business fundamentals, we're really looking at our feelings and the relationships we have with those in our circle. So you want to see how they're feeling and make sure they're doing okay, and see if there's anything that you can do to help, either personally or help them on a professional and business level.
Yeah, I mean, I've presented for years and always said humans want to work with humans, and I think you're right. This is an unbelievable time to build a stronger friendship, and if that is the case, people would rather work with their friends than complete strangers, right? So the people that are just not interacting at all are really kind of shooting themselves in the foot. This is a good opportunity to get out and get to know people better and be there for them.
Absolutely. Not the time to put your head in the sand, time to step out and do the right thing. You may have some difficult conversations if it does get into portfolio performance, because there's very few things out there that are performing well right now. So you're going to have to handle those questions and talk about what your managers are doing and not doing, what their insights are and their outlook. So you'll have to get into that from time to time. And some of those conversations can be difficult, but you just need to go out there and do that. And if you're doing it the right way and doing the right thing and being empathetic about it and handling yourself in such a professional manner, you'll come out of this stronger, right? You may not be able to save assets today, right? Let's be realistic. Your sales are going down, your assets are going down, your revenues are going down, right? There's a lot of things that are going to happen negative to you right now on a business perspective, but that's not the important thing. The important thing is, where are you going to be when we move forward? And if you're doing the right thing, you're going to be in a great position to recover, not just back to where you were, But my opinion is you're going to be recovered to a stronger position and a more profitable position, both as an individual and as a firm.
Any advice for the sales managers that are looking over the sales team?
Stay involved. They will be involved. They definitely need to keep their finger on the pulse. They'll be quarterbacking a lot of the client engagement activities that go on, but they also need to be realistic, right? Some of these calls are, you're going to try to make the phone call, but you're going to leave voicemails. You're going to send emails. You may not get the client interaction that you're looking for. So if you're putting goals on your sales force at this time, be realistic about it. People your sales team want to make those contacts. They're going to do the best that they can, but be realistic to the type of information that you can gather. Be realistic to the outcome, which again is not really going to be able to stem the flow of redemptions or increase sales rates, but understand that you're doing everything today so that you can live to fight another day and come back stronger. So be involved, do what you can, roll up your sleeves if you're the sales manager, get out there, make some phone calls. All of our client organizations have leaders. They've got executive leaders, they've got sales management leaders, and our executive team should be talking to those executive teams on our client organizations. And our sales managers should be out talking to the sales management teams of our client organizations so that we're all in this together. We all understand exactly what we need to do and how we need to do it, so that we're all one voice, in unity, moving forward to help support our firm and help support our client base.
Yeah, and I think you nailed it. Get out there and make phone calls. I actually even recommend using technology like this, Zoom. It's free for small interactions. I think it's 100 or less. freeconferencecall.com, I think is one of them. Google Hangouts, Skype, and there's many more. And so if you can get the person that you want to talk to on a meeting like this, I think it's not the best thing. It's not as good as one-on-one face-to-face communications, but it's the next best thing. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, but it's very helpful. And I know a lot of us have been having these Zoom type calls and Google Hangout calls with family, with friends, with colleagues, right? So it is good to get that human touch back again.
Yeah.
So you definitely want to use the technology that you can. And when it comes to the technology, whether it's your email distribution, voicemail distribution, again, be respectful of their time when you're doing these kinds of things. Be short and sweet. No one has time to listen to a 3-minute voicemail, right? 5-10 seconds or less. Right? Get your message out there. Know that the information's there for them to get, and then just follow their lead as far as the timing goes on a call.
Yeah, and on the video conferencing, it was pretty funny. You joked about me letting go and get a little scruffy for the first time in a long time, since I don't have any speaking engagements to go out to. And same thing, I made a comment on you. Great, you got to put your head to the side there. You got a great picture of your family right behind you. So that's Mike's 3 girls, right? So
yes, it is.
So yeah, I'm doing it from my kitchen, but just don't have to be refined. You just got to be a human being. I think you're dead right. You can make those stronger connections. So.
And that's a great point, Mike. I've spoke to so many people and they've shared with me, this is the first time I've showered in 3 days, or I haven't shaved in a week, right? And people are sharing that. We're all in the same boat. We're all working from home. We're all in situations we haven't been in before, with maybe our children are home being schooled. They're doing their college classes online from the house. The pets running around. So there's all sorts of things that are very unusual to your standard business setting. But we're human, and that's who we are.
And I'd actually almost put that in the outreach, that I would love to see kid noise or kids in the background or whatever, just so they feel comfortable with that. Because someone that's all buttoned up isn't used to having that. They'll feel like it's unprofessional. But if you welcome that and encourage it, they'll actually be more likely to take your call or your video chat. So
I think so, and they'll open up because they'll see the more human side of you as opposed to that buttoned up corporate persona that many have.
So any final parting thoughts before we wrap it up?
Mike, I said, I think my final thought here is, let's just get together and do this, right? Do the right thing, be empathetic, be respectful of the time, put the client's interest, your community interest, your humanity interest first. Business will come back, right? Let's do our part together. So that we can put an end to this pandemic, right? We can get it done. We've got to do our part, and then just move forward. The business will come back. Let's just take care of our community, take care of our families, and everything will work out well.
And again, that's Mike Mahoney, consultant with Byrnes Consulting. Happy to have you on board. Sorry, it's tough timing to get started, but a great message for many that need it. So thank you very much. If you want more information on Byrnes Consulting, go to BYRNES, ByrnesConsulting.com, and go to the contact us page and send us a note if you want to talk with Mike Mahoney or Byrnes. Thanks a lot. Thanks for your time, Mike.
Thanks, Mike. Appreciate it.
Great. Take care.